He killed 5 people because he wanted to be famous. Hello, true crimerers. This is the case of the Rosemar College of Beauty murders. Viewer discretion is advised. It was November 12th, 1966 in Mesa, Arizona, kind of in my neck of the woods. 18-year-old high school senior Robert Benjamin Smith would walk into the beauty salon in Mesa. He walked in, pointed his gun to the ceiling, and fired a shot to get everyone's attention. At that point, he ordered every single person who was in the building, including there was a couple children, to lie down face down in a circle in the back room. Robert then tried to take sandwich bags and wrap them over their heads to suffocate them, but that obviously did not work. He then takes his gun, points it at the back of their heads, and pulls the trigger, one by one. Joyce Sellers was killed instantly. Her young toddler, Deborah Sellers, was also shot in the head. However, she was not killed instantly. She, at that point, from what was described from the survivors, she got up and started to jump around in a panic because she was in horrible pain. And that's when Robert Benjamin Smith took a knife he had and began to stab the toddler until she was dead. Also shot and killed was Carol Farmer, Mary Margaret Olson, and Glenda Sue Carter. 4 adult women and 1 3-year-old child murdered. Joyce Sellers was also there with another one of her children. She tried to shield both of her kids from the gunshots, and she was able to save her other child, but, like I said earlier, Deborah did not survive. 2 other individuals were also shot. Onita Sue Harris and Joyce Sellers' 3-month-old baby, Tamara Sellers. I'm not entirely sure how soon after he was arrested, but Robert Benjamin Smith was captured relatively quickly, and he was arrested without incident, and he admitted to what he did. He said he did it to make a name for himself. He wanted to become famous. He was actually inspired by a couple of other mass murderers. One, Charles Whitman, who was also known as the Texas Tower Sniper. And then he was also inspired by Richard Speck. I think all of these mass murders occurred within the same year or so. So he thought it would be cool to do the same thing. He was also an admirer of Adolf Hitler, Napoleon Bonaparte, Julius Caesar. He was also really inspired by the assassination of JFK. Basically had like this little man crush on Lee Harvey Oswald. He wanted to be like all of them. According to, family and doctors, he did have a significant issue with his mental health. Yeah, no shit. When he went on trial, he would say, again, I wanted to be known. I wanted people to know my name. And well, I guess you can say he kind of succeeded in that. He would end up being sentenced to death. But then, at a later time, the U.S. Supreme Court had declared a nationwide moratorium on the death penalty, so his sentence was then changed to life in prison without parole. And it came at the expense of 5 innocent victims. 2 more were shot and survived, all because he wanted to become famous. On April 21st, 2024, he died in prison.